Hello and welcome to another random facts video. Well, not so random because these are real facts, but today I'm going to be talking about languages. As the title of the video suggests, do all Africans speak African? And I decided to do this video because, similar to the one I did about is Africa one big country, a lot of people assume that Africans speak a language called African, which is not true. As you can see, there are many different countries here. These are not states like they are in the United States. These are all different countries, and everyone speaks a different language across the continent. And so I'm going to be telling you some of the more common languages spoken across Africa. Oh, and spoiler alert, all Africans do not speak African. Okay, so let's go in alphabetical order, and we're going to start with A again, Algeria, which is right up there. And the official language, so I'll tell you what the official languages are and the major national languages, and then other languages that they speak. So over in Algeria, up here in the north, they speak Arabic and Berber languages. There are about 4 dialects, and they also speak French. Next is Angola, which is down here, and they speak, I just want to make sure this is centered. Yeah. Okay, so over here in Angola, they speak Portuguese. Also, they speak some Bantu, like Umbudu, and other languages too. Then we go over to Benin. I'm going to take off the cap so you can see where I'm pointing to. Benin is this pink slither over here, and they speak French, and other languages are Fon and Yoruba, and some other tribal languages too, but those are the main ones. And then we go to Botswana, which is down here in the green. And in Botswana, they speak Setswana, which is the national language, and there are some dialects of Setswana. They also speak English. English is the official business language in Botswana. Next is Burkina Faso, which is right over here. Burkina Faso. And they speak French in Burkina Faso. They also speak African languages that belong to the Sudanic family, and I'll talk about that later. Next is Burundi, and Burundi is right here. This light blue, I tried to get in much closer in this video so you can see better. And that's Burundi. And in Burundi, they speak Kirundi and French. They also speak Swahili in Burundi. Next is Cameroon, which is over here. That's Cameroon right there. And they speak English and French, and they have about 24 other traditional African languages in Cameroon. Next is Cape Verde, which, if you recall from the other video, and I'll link to it in the down below, Cape Verde does not show up on this particular map, but it's an island off the coast of, I believe it's West Africa, and they speak Portuguese. They also speak Cabo Verdeano, which is like their own version of Creole. It's a combination of Portuguese and West African words. Yes, they are off the coast of West Africa. Next is the Central African Republic, which is right here, the yellow. And they speak French, Sango, and other, the main African languages there are Banda, Baya, and others. And one thing to remember is there are so many African languages. There isn't just one in one country. One country usually has multiple African languages that they speak. Okay, let's go on. Chad is next. This is Chad over here. And in Chad, they speak French and Arabic. Those are the national languages. And then other languages they speak over here in Chad are Sara in the south. And they have over 120 languages and other dialects. Then we go over to the Comoros over here, this island over here. And in the Comoros, they speak Arabic and French also. And other languages are Shikomoro, which is actually a blend of Swahili and Arabic. Again, it's Shikomoro. Next, let's go over to the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Wait, no. Yes, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, which is this one over here. Not to be confused with Republic of the Congo, which is this one over here. So this one over here in the light green, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, they speak French. And they also speak Lingala, which is a trade language. They speak Kingwana, which is a dialect of Kiswahili or Swahili. And they also speak Kikongo and Shiluba. That's over here in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. And while we're here, let's just slide over to the Republic of the Congo. And they also speak French here, and Lingala, and Monokutuba, which is a language of trade here. And there are many local languages, and one of the most common ones is Kikongo. Next, let's go over to Côte d'Ivoire, which is over here on the west coast. It's spelled Ivory Coast here, but they're a French-speaking country, and Ivory Coast is translated as Côte d'Ivoire. Côte d'Ivoire. And of course, they speak French, like I said. They also have about 60, maybe more, African languages that they speak there, and the most widely spoken is Diola. I don't know how to say it well, but that's what it is. Diola. Next, let's go over to Djibouti, right here, over on the east, right there. In Djibouti, they speak French and Arabic. They also speak Somali and Afar. It makes sense because there's Somalia right there. So they speak Somali and Afar. And then up over in Egypt over here, they speak Arabic. They also speak French and English, but Arabic is the main national language. And so we go over to Equatorial Guinea, which is, where is it again? Right there. Right above Gabon. There's Equatorial Guinea. And they speak Spanish and French. They also speak Pidgin English. Well, almost every country that where we speak English also speaks Pidgin English, which is a form of English. Okay, but back to Equatorial Guinea. So they speak Spanish and French, Pidgin English, Fang, Bubi, and Igbo over there in Equatorial Guinea. Then let's go back to the east to Eritrea, right there. Up there is Eritrea. And in Eritrea, they speak Tigrinya, Arabic, and English. Those are the main national languages. But also, they speak Tigray, which is another major language. They also speak Afar, which makes sense. Djibouti speaks Afar as well. In Djibouti, they speak Afar as well. So Tigray, Afar, Bedawi, Kunama, and other Cushitic languages are spoken in Eritrea. Then let's slide down to the south to Ethiopia. In Ethiopia, the main language is Amharic. And they also speak Tigrinya, Oromo, Gurage, Somali, Arabic, and at least 80 other languages. Also English. And so let's go to Gabon. Gabon is, I think I had trouble finding Gabon too before. It's why am I not finding Gabon when I need to? Oh, there. I saw it before. Right there. There's Gabon. So in Gabon, they speak French primarily. And then the African languages are Bantu languages like Fang, Mayene, Nzebi, Bapunu, Eshkira, and Punjabi. That's in Gabon. Next is the Gambia, which is right there in my other video where I talked about the countries and the capitals. I mentioned, see how Gambia is surrounded by Senegal, although it's on the coast, so it's not landlocked. And in the Gambia, they speak English. That's the national language. And then the other languages, major languages spoken are Mandinka, Wolof, which when we get to Senegal, you'll see they also speak Wolof, so it makes sense because they're surrounded. Okay, so I said Mandinka, Wolof, Fula, and other languages. Then there's Ghana over here. This is Ghana. And in Ghana, the main national language is English. And African languages spoken are Akan, Adangme, Moshi Dagomba, Ewe, Ga, Twi. I think they say Twi, but it's spelled Twi. But I'm not Ghanaian, so I could be saying it completely incorrectly, but it's one of the languages spoken there. Next is Guinea, right here. This orange spot here is Guinea. And in Guinea, they speak French as the main language. And there are actually 8 national languages. Susu, Pew, Maninka, Kisi, Toma, and Guerze, and then some others too. But that's all in Guinea. Moving on to Guinea-Bissau, which is right there, right in the northeast corner of Guinea. Oh, well, on top of Guinea is Guinea-Bissau. And they speak Portuguese as the national language. And other languages are Creole, which is a mixture. Their version of Creole is a mixture of Portuguese and other African languages. Now you might have noticed a trend, and that trend is that there are a lot of European languages spoken in Africa, and that's because of colonialism, which is a whole different topic. And maybe one day I'll make a random facts video about which countries colonized which countries. But so far, based on which languages they speak, you can tell where the French were, where the British were, where the Portuguese were, etc. Okay, let's go back to the countries. Next is Kenya. Kenya is right there, and the national languages are English and Swahili, or Kiswahili. Next is Lesotho, which is over here. Again, it's completely surrounded by South Africa. There's Lesotho. And the main language is Sesotho and English. They also speak Zulu and Xhosa. Yes, the clicking language. And I don't know if I said that correctly, but that's my best effort. Xhosa. Next is Liberia, which is right there. There's Liberia. And in Liberia, they speak English and some other traditional African languages. Liberia has a very interesting history, and I think I'll make another random facts video just all about Liberia and how it was formed and why it was formed, etc. But if you already know, you can leave me a comment below the video and let me know if you know the history of Liberia. I'll give you a clue. The capital city is Monrovia, and that is in honor of or named after someone. Okay, let's move over to Libya, up here at the top. And in Libya, they speak Arabic. They also speak Italian and English up here in Libya. Next is Madagascar, this island over here. And in Madagascar, they speak French and Malagasy over there. Next is Malawi. Right over here is Malawi. In between Zambia and Mozambique is Malawi. And in Malawi, they speak English, Nyanja, Chichewa, or Chewa. They also speak Lomwe, Tumbuka, and Yao, amongst many others, many other languages. Going back up here to the west is Mali, and in Mali the national language is French. They also speak Bambara, Arabic, Dogoso, Fulfulde, Koirasini, Senufu, and Mandinka or Malinke, Tamashak. Yeah, those are the languages that are most widely spoken in Mali. Next is Mauritania. Right there is Mauritania. You see it? And they speak Arabic as the national language there. Other languages are Hassaniya Arabic, Pular, Soninke, Wolof. Again, see, they're touching Senegal, and Senegalese people speak Wolof, so it makes sense that in Mauritania some people speak Wolof. And French. Did I say French already? They speak French in Mauritania too. Then let's go to Mauritius, which, as I recall, is not represented on this map. But in Mauritius, they speak English and French. English and French. They also speak Creole, Hindi, Urdu, Hakka, and Bhojpuri. And I probably can hear you saying Hindi and Urdu. Yeah, Mauritius also has a very interesting history, and I can do another random facts about Mauritius video for you. Let's go to Morocco next. There's Morocco right up there. In Morocco, they speak Arabic. They also speak Berber dialects, French. Usually French is used for business or government, etc. But those are the main languages, the Berber dialects, French and Arabic. Then Mozambique, which is right here. There's Mozambique. And the national language is Portuguese, although it's just only about a third of the people in Mozambique speak Portuguese, but it's the national language officially. Other languages are Makua, Songa, Lomwe, Sena, and many others. Then Namibia, over here, there's Namibia. In Namibia, they speak English, is considered the national language, but other commonly spoken languages are Afrikaans, not African, Afrikaans, A-F-R-I-K-A-A-N-S, Afrikaans. And spoiler alert, Afrikaans is also spoken in South Africa, but I'll talk about it now. So a lot of the population of Namibia speaks Afrikaans, about 60% of the population, of the white population in Namibia. And they also speak German in Namibia, but the traditional African languages of Namibia are Oshivambo, Herero, and Nama. Let's go back up to the west, Niger. Niger is up there, and in Niger they speak French as the national language. They also speak Hausa and Jerma. Hausa is, I'll talk about this in Nigeria because it's spoken there in the northern part of Nigeria over here. So it makes sense that part of Niger speaks Hausa because, talking about how these lines were drawn and who drew them should be the topic of another random facts video, so you can be the most interesting person at your next soiree. But obviously these lines were drawn right through people who belonged together, and then by language we know they belonged together, but now because of colonialism, lines were drawn that separated them into different countries now. But there you go, Hausa in Niger, Hausa in Nigeria. Oh, well, while I'm here, let's talk about the other languages in Nigeria. The national language is English, but the major traditional languages spoken are Hausa, like I've mentioned, Igbo, Yoruba, Fulani, Ijaw, Ibibio, and actually there are over 250 languages spoken in Nigeria, and these are independent languages, not dialects of one language, separate individual languages, over 250 of them. Let's go to Reunion, which is not represented here. It's one of the islands, and they speak French primarily and Creole as well. Next is Rwanda, which is, you might have to squint, but it's right there. That's Rwanda right there. And the national language of Rwanda is Rwanda or Kinyarwanda, Bantu, which is like it's a derivative of the Bantu language. Also French and English, and Swahili or Kiswahili, Swahili. Saint Helena, which is not represented here, they speak English. Sao Tome and Principe, which is also not represented on this map, they speak Portuguese. Senegal, which is right here, I've talked about it already before, but they speak French. French is the national language, and other major languages are Wolof, Pular, Jola, and Mandinka, right there in Senegal. Seychelles, which again is not represented on this map, is an island, and they speak English and French and Creole. Next, we'll go over to the west to Sierra Leone, right there. There's Sierra Leone. And English is considered the national language, but other major languages that are spoken right here in Sierra Leone are Mende, Timna, Creole. Yeah, those are them. Let's go to Somalia next, right here on the Horn of Africa, Somalia. And they speak Somali as well as Arabic, Italian, and English. Next is South Africa, which is right here, down here. Again, it's South Africa, the country, not Southern Africa, the region. South Africa is also just a country. And they speak, well, they have 11 official languages. And they include English, Afrikaans, Ndebele, Pedi, Sesotho, Swati or Swazi or Siswati, Kitsonga or Songa, Tswana, Shivenda or Venda, Isiklosa or Xhosa, and Zulu. Let's go to Sudan. Up here, there's Sudan. Yep, you see it right there. Sudan and South Sudan basically speak the same languages. They used to be one, they're not anymore. But as far as languages go, they both speak Arabic. Also Nubian, Tabedawi, different dialects of Nilotic, Nilo-Hamitic, Sudanic languages. Also English is spoken in Sudan and South Sudan. Next is Swaziland, which is right there. There's Swaziland. And English is the official language, but they also speak Swahili. Swahili. Next is Tanzania, which is right there. There's Tanzania. Tanzania, they speak Kiswahili or Swahili, Kiunguju, which is also the name for Swahili in Zanzibar, which you don't see here, but it's off the coast somewhere here. ish. And English, which is the primary language of commerce and business, etc. In Tanzania, they also speak Arabic, Gogo, Haya, Makonde, Nyakyusa, Nyamwezi, Sukuma, Tumbuka, and many other languages too. Let's go over to Togo right here, this light yellow or beige spot. Right there is Togo. The national language is French. It's the language of commerce in Togo. But they also speak Ewe and Mina. Those are the two major African languages in the south. Whereas in the north, the major African languages are Kabiye and Dagomba. And next is Tunisia. Tunisia is up north somewhere. Right there. There's Tunisia. There. Arabic is the main language spoken in Tunisia, and French. Arabic and French. Next is Uganda, which is right there. That's Uganda. And English is the national language, but the major African languages are Ganda and Akoli, Swahili, and they also speak some Arabic there too. Next is Western Sahara, right over here. And they speak Hassaniya Arabic and Moroccan Arabic over in Western Sahara. Then Zambia, which is over here. English is the main national language, and other African languages they speak are Bemba, Kaunda, Lozi, Lunda, Lubale, Nyanja, Tonga, and about 70 other languages. That's 70, not 17. And then finally we have Zimbabwe right over here. And English is the national language in Zimbabwe. But the traditional African languages, there are Chishona or Shona, Sindebele or Ndebele, and Sotho, Nambia, Shangani, Venda, Chewa, Nyanja, and Tonga. So those are just some of the languages that are spoken in Africa. And hopefully that has answered the burning question, do all Africans speak African? No, we don't. No, we don't. Please subscribe to this channel to get new videos when they're released.